Hey everybody, David Alter here for Rink-Wide Toronto, presented by Bodog. Make a play at Canada's choice for free casino games, sports odds, and poker strategies. Where tonight the Toronto Maple Leafs play host to the Montreal Canadiens right here at Scotiabank Arena. And there's going to be a bit of a different look for the Toronto Maple Leafs after a huge trade went down late Friday night. The Toronto Maple Leafs acquiring 2019 Stanley Cup champion Ryan O'Reilly and Noel Acciari from the St. Louis Blues in a three-way trade, a bunch of picks going back the other way to St. Louis mostly. A fourth-round pick goes to Minnesota as well because Minnesota was needed to broker that deal to get Ryan O'Reilly's $7.5 million cap hit down to $1.875 million, as the Toronto Maple Leafs kind of have to do some roster adjusting. But this is a huge trade for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Last week, Kyle Dubas kind of coming out and saying that they weren't looking at the big names and that they really didn't believe in the rental player system. Well, scratch that out because he went with two rentals and he's only got two draft picks for the upcoming draft, the 5th and 6th round pick. Kyle Dubas holding court moments ago, explaining why he did that, said that it really didn't have anything to do with the fact that he is in the final year of his 5-year contract as GM of the Toronto Maple Leafs, and that this year really is a big evaluation point in Kyle Dubas' career with the Toronto Maple Leafs, but said he would do it anyway. There's been no talk of an extension right now. Says he wants to kind of see if it's the right fit for the player and for the team, kind of equated to living with someone before getting married with someone, which was an interesting way to look at it. Said he knows that a lot of other GMs don't necessarily feel that way. Look at what Lou Lamoriello did with Bo Horvat over on the island, but that's how the Leafs are going to approach this one. And Wayne Simmons and Pontus Holmberg was sent down to the Marlies. Noel Acciari and Ryan O'Reilly are on a plane, and they are expected to be in the lineup tonight. Sheldon Keefe said that both players were adamant about playing, and so that's why they're going to be in there. He wouldn't tip his cap as to what the lines are going to look like. We're going to have to wait for the warm-up there. But certainly Ryan O'Reilly is a center that the Leafs needed. He's also a top 6 forward that they needed in that spot that we've been talking about on the show a lot. And Noel Acciari is also a guy who can play center, can also play the wing, but should help the Leafs in their battle to kind of find some consistency in the bottom 6. Remember, that's always talked about as why the Leafs didn't get over the hump when they compare the 3rd and 4th lines to what Tampa had. And we kind of know that the Leafs are playing Tampa. So it's going to be an interesting development between now and the end of the regular season to see how the Maple Leafs kind of look. But I want to know from you, what do you think? Does this help the Maple Leafs? Are they going to finally get over the hump as a result of this? Do they need to make more moves? Leave a comment below and make sure you rate and subscribe to the YouTube channel here. As well, the Leafs have a situation in goal developing. Ilya Samsonov will not start and he will not back up. Eric Källgren was called up. Samsonov is ill. He was on the ice earlier this morning, getting some work in, but isn't feeling well. They're going to see if he's okay enough to join him on the plane to Chicago for the game on Sunday. But as a result, Joseph Woll will make his 2nd start this year for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Joseph Woll was probably going to get one of these 2 games anyway, had Samsonov been healthy. Matt Murray is now on long-term injured reserve. That was kind of done to kind of help facilitate the trade as well. Kyle Dubas said that he's going to be out until at least February 28th. And from there, we'll go and see how things are done. But that's the story right now. I mean, the Leafs have the Montreal Canadiens, but there's really no storyline developing from the Montreal Canadiens. They know what they are. They're going for the Connor Bedard sweepstakes. The Maple Leafs are going all in and making a huge play. And myself and Rob Wong will talk about the trade and the game and see how Ryan O'Reilly and Noel Acciari looked in this game. Make sure you rate and subscribe on all of your favorite podcast platforms to Rink-Wide Toronto, presented by Bodog, Canada's home for casino games and sports odds where everyone goes to play. Rink-Wide Toronto, pre-game, post-game, every game.